COVID-19 is the infectious disease caused by the most recently discovered coronavirus. This new virus and disease were unknown before the outbreak began in Wuhan, China in December 2019. Wearing a face mask with other preventive measures slows down the spread of coronavirus. But we often find people without the face mask. Instead of asking them to wear a face mask, it is better to have an automated solution which will ensure that he is wearing a face mask with other primitive measures. So I made a face mask detector using deep neural network, OpenCV and Python, which was working fine. But I just cannot place a laptop as a processor because it is just not feasible. So I had to switch to an onboard computer such as a Raspberry Pi. On my previous video, we had seen the implementation of face mask detection on a Raspberry Pi 3 Model B having 1 GB RAM and tested on some images. Will this Raspberry Pi perform in the same way if I input a video stream as a source? Let's find out. I will use this GoPro as a USB camera for the Raspberry Pi because I don't have a Pi camera or a webcam. Launched the program with video stream from the GoPro as an input, but surprisingly I found that a single frame was processed after 8 to 11 seconds. If you can observe, then this type of input is just not acceptable. In a nutshell, it failed. The procedure which I used was simple. Consider this image as an example. The only region which I am interested in is the face, which we call it as the region of interest. Once that is done, we send that image for processing to find whether he is wearing a face mask or not. In a nutshell, I need a face detection technique, therefore I used deep neural network face detector in OpenCV to find the region of interest, which requires a bit of computational power. And hence, I can conclude that this method can work on a Raspberry Pi 3 but has not got a satisfactory output. So I had to adopt a different face detection technique. I tested Haar Cascade and Hog face detector, which detected my face without any mask, but it failed to detect my face whenever I was wearing a face mask. And obviously I just cannot use deep learning based face detector in DLib because it requires a GPU, which a Raspberry Pi has not got. So we had to come up with a different approach. That is when we decided to train our own Haar Cascade classifier for the face mask detection. For the Haar training, we required a huge dataset. Our final dataset included 975 positive images, that is the object which we want to detect, and 1275 negative images, that is anything other than the object. We used a method described by the University of Auckland for creating a cascade file. Training started on July 16th at 1:30 p.m. for 14 stages. The very next day, that is on July 17th, we had only completed 3 stages so far. And on July 19th, we were still under the training of 4th stage itself. Almost 3 days have been passed and we had not done any progress yet. So we cancelled the training and went with another method which used a GUI application and also had some positive comments that it reduces training times a lot. We got errors in between the stages which we solved from the community guidance. And for the 9th attempt, our training actually started. After 10 hours, we got another error at stage 17. Oh man, we had to reduce our positive sample size to 80%. And finally, our cascade file got trained after 11 hours. Meanwhile, I was recording CPU usage and accidentally recorded this. Well, with all this been said, it was time to test it out. It was detecting my face with face mask, but sometimes it was also detecting my face without the face mask. Who cares? At least it is detecting something. I started by importing both the frontal face and our trained cascade files into the program, that is When frontal face detects a face, it is equivalent to a no mask detection, and if our cascade file detects a face, it is equivalent to a mask detection. Used a bit of AND gate logic to get the desired output, which we call it as a one-step verification, and the output is again sent for the detection using our previously trained model, which we call it as a second step verification. Then we finally take the average of both the verifications to get our final output. Let's see this in action. And with output stream turned off, it may increase the processing time. So we basically reduced processing time from 8 to 11 seconds per frame to 2 to 3 seconds per frame with dual stage verification. If there is a better way than this, then let me know in the comment section below. Stay home, stay safe, and I will see you next time.